Good morning, team from Thailand. Thank you for dropping in on TNT to find out what's happening around Thailand and the region. And all the talk yesterday, late afternoon, was the final introduction of this tourist tax. The government's calling it a landing fee. Let's see how the media is covering it. Thai PBS World saying Cabinet approves tourist fee of 150 to 300 baht for all foreign tourists. So we'll now go through this in detail and try to glean out as much detail as we can, because in the announcement yesterday there was really scant detail and left you with a lot more questions than we could provide answers. Let's see if we can answer some of those. And the Thai Cabinet has approved the collection of a landing tax ranging from 150 to 300 baht. It'll be collected from all foreign tourists visiting Thailand, so I suppose at least we can exempt Thai nationals anyway from the list, tentatively from June the 1st. This has been proposed by the National Tourism Policy Committee. The landing tax for foreign tourists arriving by land and sea will be 150 baht per head and 300 baht for people arriving by air. And now some exemptions. The tax is, however, not applied to those who hold diplomatic passports, work permits or special work permits for specific professions as stipulated by the Labour Ministry. This one's important. Children under 2 years old and transit passengers. Okay, so that's a bit more detail. It means basically if you've got, for example, an O visa, like a retirement visa or an elite visa, you're still going to have to pay this arrival tax landing fee. Children under 2 years old. So yes, your kids are going to have to pay unless they're under 2 years old. So I think that gives us a bit more detail than we had yesterday. The Cabinet's also instructed the Immigration Bureau, can't figure this paragraph out, to streamline its regulations and conditions regarding immigration documents and relevant immigration laws under which receipts for tourism fee payments can be used by the tourists when applying for re-entry permits. So suggesting we're going to have some sort of receipt for our landing fee when we apply for a re-entry permit. Sounds a bit odd to me, but anyway, that's what it says. And down the bottom there, the Tourism and Sports Minister explained that the landing tax will be used for domestic tourism development and for insurance coverage for tourists while they're in Thailand. So a lot of people were saying in our comments section yesterday, well, does that mean I don't have to get health insurance or travel insurance before I come to Thailand? Well, this insurance that I pay with the landing fee, is it all included? And so can I save money by not having to get travel insurance? It just doesn't seem right, does it? But the way this reads, well, maybe everybody, when they arrive in Thailand, or the people that are covered by this landing fee, do get some sort of insurance automatically. So I think we've got a lot more questions to ask about that. And for those people that are posing questions, all I can give you is the information that I have at hand, which is basically what I'm passing on now. So The Nation reports that Thailand's new 300 baht landing fee for foreigners gets a go-ahead, and the Cabinet yesterday green-lighted, I think that should be green-lit, the 300 baht landing fee for foreigners arriving by air, and the fee's expected to go into effect from around June the 1st. They're not saying specifically, but it could be 90 days after it's been published in the Royal Gazette. So it seems like there's plenty of time for that to happen. So I think you could probably circle June the 1st on your calendar. And foreigners entering the country via a border pass, those on a one-day trip or those with a work permit will be exempted. Well, that can sort of be added on to the exemptions from the other article on Thai PBS World. And when the fee was proposed last year, the minister said the money earned would be used to buy insurance for foreigners and the leftover added to the Tourism Development Fund. It's all very fuzzy. The fund will support the building of entrances for the disabled and toilets at tourist attractions. What exactly is the Tourism Development Fund, and where are these entrances for the disabled and the toilets at tourist attractions? Where are these going to be? Give us a list, and let's tick off that list as we go and let us see with our own eyes exactly how the money's being spent. I think that would make a lot of people happy who are questioning exactly where this money's going to go. The minister said medical expenses incurred by foreigners at public hospitals from 2017 to 19 have cost the government up to 400 million baht. If the ministry collects this fee to cover insurance, then it will not have to seek a separate budget. So again, we're sort of asking questions about the insurance. What does the insurance cover? Do we get a receipt when we arrive telling us exactly what's going to be covered? Does it cover us for the duration of our stay, whether that be 1 day or 1 month? Again, we need some more answers. These are just scant details at the moment. So I headed to the source, the Suvarnabhumi Airport Thailand website, and my question was, do we currently have any arrival or departure taxes? A lot of people in the comments section said, yeah, we do. So here we go. The Suvarnabhumi International Airport departure tax is currently 700 baht since February the 1st, 2007. So it's been in operation for a long time. The 700 baht international departure tax was included in the price of flight tickets. So you've got the 700 baht departure tax that's still there. It's included in your airfare when you fly out of Thailand. Now we're going to add another 300 baht. So that is what? 1,000 baht per person coming into Thailand after June the 1st. And what, 20 million, maybe 30 million passengers by the end of next year? That's a fair whack of tax. So I think we all deserve to know a little bit more about exactly how this money is going to be spent. A lot of people were saying it's just going to go into people's pockets. Well, that's not going to happen. But once it gets into the government coffers, exactly how it's distributed and by who exactly is collecting the tax and counting the money and distributing it, let's find out a little bit more to allay the fears of people who think it's just another rort. You're watching TNT with thanks to 5 Star Marine, our sponsor. If you're down in Phuket and you'd like to head out to one of the islands, we can highly recommend 5 Star Marine. There's a link in the description. Wednesday's TNT. Thank you very much for relying on our news. We do our best to try and deliver quite a broad summary in about 15 minutes each day. So thanks to those people that follow the channel. If you do get a moment to subscribe, that'll be very helpful for the old YouTube algorithm. So let's go to Thai PBS World now. And this story says that 34 Thais, including 1 deceased, will be flown back from Turkey on Thursday. A group of 34 Thais, some injured and 1, obviously that's meant to say deceased, will be flown back from Turkey to Thailand this Thursday. But the Thailand Search and Rescue Team will continue their operations in Turkey until the completion of their 10-day mission. And since their arrival in Turkey, this is the third paragraph, last Saturday, the medical personnel of the Thai USAR team has treated 3 injured Turkish people, including 1 who was admitted to hospital. Okay, it's a lot of effort to treat 3 people. Let's go to the next paragraph, that during the operations in Hatay province on Monday, a member of the Thai team sustained knee injuries and was treated with antibiotics. The other developed respiratory symptoms from an infection and were treated accordingly. So it sounded like they were treating their own team as much as they were treating any victims. But anyway, good effort, I suppose. He also said the second team, the Thailand EMT Type 1, is ready to be sent to Turkey if there's a request from the Turkish government, adding that medical supplies valued at 5.5 million baht have been sent to both Turkey and Syria, and the Thai Scouts Promotion Foundation has donated 55 sleeping bags. Good effort. Oh, but the Ministry of Public Health says it's going to be used by its medical personnel operating in Turkey. The story doesn't really sort of scan that well, does it? Sounds like there's been a lot of effort for perhaps not a lot of action, but to the deadly serious issue about the death toll there, and Al Jazeera is reporting that Turkey-Syria earthquake updates. Death toll surpasses 40,000 people. I was also reading that the Washington Post has just reported that there's been 41,000 people died, and we know that death toll is probably going to continue to rise. And just a side story, this is from Calthod English on their Facebook page, reports that the AFP fact-check Twitter account reports that a widely spread photo of rescue dogs attributed to Thai rescue dogs in Turkey discovering 10 people trapped in rubble are in fact old photos. So this photo that's been widely circulated and used in publications, and they were 2 golden retrievers that were sent over to Turkey and Syria, well, that photo apparently is from some 10 years ago. So, whoops, but at least we've now found out. And we go to a follow-up to a story yesterday. This also reported in Khaosod English from their Facebook page. We've only just begun. A man walked 1,200 kilometres to meet and marry his bride. Apparently they met 5 years ago on TikTok somehow. Finally, he met her in real life. This video from Khaosod English. The two 56-year-olds meet for the first time and they kiss for the very first time to the delight of the Thai media who were there. And this man, he walked 1,200 kilometres, originally from the Yasothon province in northeast Thailand. Fairly well kitted out there. Certainly I wouldn't be dressing like that if I was walking out in the hot sun. But he walked from Nakhon Nayok to the Sathon province in the south of Thailand, and hopefully they have a wonderful life together. But it captured the imagination of the Thai media, and nice to have a happy resolution to that 1,200 kilometre journey to the south of Thailand. Let's go to another, well, sort of Valentine's Day story. Valentine's Day gift from the Chiang Rai temple, access to a new 3-story skywalk. These skywalks are popping up all over the place. Now this one looks, well, a little bit more perfunctory, but it's built at apparently a famous temple. And the temple in Chiang Rai opened its doors to the new 3-story glass skywalk yesterday, so people could take some time to reflect on kindness. Nothing wrong with that. And there we go, a few photos from the nation Thailand of this new 3-story skywalk, and hopefully gives you nice views out across the countryside, and obviously a lot of people up there testing the engineering. And there it says that the temple is located in Chiang Rai's Mae Sarai district, so hopefully you get an opportunity to try that out next time you're up in the north of Thailand. Now to the Bangkok Post, and this story, no room to sway senators. So just a bit of quick background. Last week, one of the senators, that's the upper house in the Thai parliament, said that they wouldn't support Thaksin Shinawat's daughter if she was the prime ministerial candidate, and if the Per Thai party that she would be representing gets the majority of votes in the forthcoming election. So a senator actually coming out and saying that would, I thought, not be in the best interests of what the Senate is meant to stand for. Let's go to the story anyway. And the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha yesterday insisted that he is in no position to influence the Senate to endorse his bid to carry on as Prime Minister after the next election. Well, considering that he hand-picked all 250 of them, he himself hand-picked every single one of them. They're all former army flunkies, and he hand-picked them. And he says he's got no sway over the senators. He was speaking after some senators hinted they would vote for him to return as Prime Minister for another term in the next election, just remembering that the Constitutional Court has already said that even if he does get picked as Prime Minister, he can only serve for 2 years in the next term, because he's already served 6 of his possible 8 years as a Prime Minister of Thailand. And down the bottom there, a senator said in a recent Facebook post that some senators, including himself, will not vote for Pathongtham Shinawat of the Per Thai party, who's expected to be nominated as the party's prime ministerial candidate in the upcoming election, even if the Per Thai wins a landslide victory. Now, the funny thing, of course, with the Senate, it's mentioned here, the Constitution gives the Senate and MPs a role in co-electing a Prime Minister in Parliament. So, unless a political party can win 50% of the vote plus one, they can't automatically choose their prime ministerial candidate to become the Prime Minister. Now, the way that we've got the political system in Thailand with so many parties, no party will win 50% of the vote plus one. So in that case, the 2 houses of Parliament, the Senate and the MPs, the lower house, get together and they have a group vote of That includes 500 MPs plus the 250 senators to vote for any one of those prime ministerial candidates, which is how the current prime minister, even if the opposition wins, could still be re-elected as prime minister. Wouldn't that be interesting? So interesting times. The Senate, or some of the members of the Senate, saying that they wouldn't support Thaksin Shinawat's daughter, even if the opposition Per-Thai party were to get the majority of votes. We will see what happens. Looks like sometime during March the parliament will be dissolved and an election will be held probably on May the 7th. Now, a lot of people in the questions keep on asking about the current visa waiver for people arriving from 64 countries, the visa exemption. Now, currently it's 45 days. It used to be 30 days for automatic stamping your visa before October last year, and it's meant to finish on March the 31st. There's a proposal for that to extend to the end of the year, but currently, as we sit today, it's still going to finish on the 31st of March. My tip, though, is that it probably will be extended, but that's just my tip. Don't count on that. At the moment, it is set to finish and return back to a 30-day automatic stamp in your passport on March the 31st. And with that, I thank you all very much. Thank you to our sponsors, 5 Star Marine. Really appreciate you dropping in each day to catch up with the Thai news, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.